Hey, this is Steven Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus Raw. And apparently, Alexa Bliss, none of that mattered. That's my number one note for this shit. We're speeding along to Elimination Chamber, which sounds like a fancy way to say porta potty. And we got all this stuff going on with the title. All this stuff with setting up Elimination Chamber, the U.S. title. So in that sense, the booking's very tight. In another sense, it is weird that they're just not addressing major stuff that happens. Weird. We got Samoa Joe, we got Byron Saxton, we got Tom Phillips. Good crew. Adam Pearce is there. Shane McMahon's here. What? Why didn't they promote that? Don't know. Shane McMahon comes out. They talk about Elimination Chamber, and they say Drew has got to be in it. And they're all former WWE champions in it with them. Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, The Miz, and Sheamus. So it goes. We got AJ Styles against Jeff Hardy for the opening match. They have predictably a good match with the predictable winner. Foregone conclusion match. AJ Styles wins. Got Riddle and Keith Lee we're going to have later on. We see how Bobby Lashley retained over Riddle last week by DQ. All this kind of stuff. Terrible interaction between Riddle and Lashley. We talk about the Air Bud movies. That's where we're at. New Day against Retribution, especially my man Slapjack. You know I love some Slapjack. But this is another foregone conclusion match. Obviously, the New Day are going to win this. And Ali yells at T-Bar and Slapjack, "Don't you ever motherfucking yell at Slapjack." So we got a show that's flowing. And we have some decent transitions into commercials. So these are marked improvements. We're building to future shows instead of using one half to promote the other half. That's good as well. But to not mention the Alexa Bliss stuff at all is incredibly bizarre. Just really bizarre. Bianca Belair is introduced, and the video of her parents celebrating her win and the dad falling out of that chair is so great. They need to do more shit like this. It made Belair, I think it even gave her even another dimension. I thought it was a very subtle, really cool thing. We got Ric Flair, we got Lacey Evans. We've got this idea that if Lacey Evans can beat Charlotte, she'll get a title shot at Asuka. They make fun of Asuka a lot, and she's not there. It's just weird. They talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting a title. And they talk about Rob Gronkowski and how he's a former WWE 24/7 champion. And you know what the first thing I thought was? They're more proud of people who aren't in the WWE and attaching them to the WWE than pushing the fact that Sasha Banks is in Mandalorian, one of the hottest shows going, and they don't mention barely a word about it. What the fuck is going on? WWE is so goddamn weird. But this show is flowing. We got Damian Priest with Bad Bunny. Boy, they're really using Bad Bunny. You gotta give it to them. So we're going to have Priest against Angel Garza with Bunny at ringside, and then we're going to get Miz and Morrison as well. We got Nature Boy with Evans at his side. They talk, and Charlotte comes out, and they all talk. And then we're going to have Charlotte Flair against Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans wins by DQ because Charlotte just keeps beating on her. So I guess she's going to get a title shot at Asuka. Sure. The Black History Month video is very good with Sasha talking and about Rosa Parks. It's really good. Edge is going to be here as well. After the Black History Month video, Edge comes to the ring, starts talking about how he's not going to make a decision until after Elimination Chamber. Again, I think this thing of he and Bianca Belair going to every show, contemplating what champion they're going to fight is really smart business. It's really good. It's one of those booking things that I absolutely approve of. I think it's really smart. Miz talks. Who cares? Bad Bunny and Damian Priest are going to be here. What? Back to commercial. Angel Garza against Damian Priest. Foregone conclusion match. And Damian Priest wins. And Bunny outsmarts Miz and Morrison. Man, they're dumb. We got Caleb Braxton with Drew McIntyre. He says, you buck me into a corner, I'm going to do crazy stuff. All right, great. Riddle against Keith Lee. This is a foregone conclusion, in my opinion. And sure enough, Keith Lee wins. But then Lashley beats the shit out of both of them, and it's awesome. And I write here in my notes, since he beat the shit out of both of them, they're probably going to make him do a triple threat, even though that makes no sense. And that is actually what they end up booking. Oh, WWE. Yeah. McIntyre versus Orton's going to be our main event. And then we come back from the break and we saw what just happened with Riddle, Keith Lee, and Lashley. Got a hype video for Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Got Lana versus Nia Jax in a tables match, which was not promoted in the least. But they show the clips of Nia Jax putting her through 9 tables. So this is another foregone conclusion match. Surely Lana's going to win this thing. And Lana does. And then we have a great little interplay during the match with Shayna Baszler and Naomi as well. And so after all is said and done, the two of them face off against each other. And I write down here, I guess Naomi is going to win as well. And sure enough, they have Naomi get the shit beat out of her, but she manages to roll her up. So we got an Elimination Chamber match to hype. Sheamus versus AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton versus The Miz versus Drew McIntyre. Okay. Drew McIntyre against Randy Orton. Solid match. Then this weird thing where Sheamus kind of rushes the ring and then stops to distract Drew. And then at the end, Sheamus interferes again. It's so weird. And then they end the show with Drew McIntyre standing tall. Okay. Certainly an improved show over what they've had lately. But still, Alexa Bliss, where is she? And why is Asuka not there? And what's going on? Oh, sweet Raw.